Good morning, students. I welcome you all to today's class. In this class, I am going to discuss with you about epiphytes. Plants which grow on the other plants only for shelter are called as the epiphytes. These are also called as the aerophytes because the roots of these plants are not in soil. Example, vanda, orchid, etc. Let us move towards the types of epiphytes. Epiphytes is classified into four types, that is protoepiphytes, hemiepiphytes, nest epiphytes, tank epiphytes. Protoepiphytes. Epiphytes which absorbs the nourishment partly from the host and partly from the atmosphere are called as the protoepiphytes. Example, peperomia. Protoepiphytes means it absorbs the nourishment partly from the host plant and partly from the atmosphere. Example, the peperomia. Hemiepiphytes. These are the epiphytes which appears either in their early or in the late stage of its life cycle as an epiphytes. As soon as it fixes to the soil, it starts to lead an independent life. Example, ficus. Hemi refers to half. That is, these are the epiphytes which appears either in their early or in their late stages of life cycle as an epiphyte. As soon as the roots fix to the soil, it starts to lead an independent life. Example, ficus. Nest epiphytes. These are the epiphytes in which roots are forms the network-like structure which helps to collect the water and nutrients from the environment, which helps in the growth of the plant. Example, dendrobium. Nest epiphytes. It's look like nest. The roots form the network-like structure in which the collection of water and nutrients from the environment takes place, which helps in the growth of the plant. Example is the dendrobium. Tank epiphytes. These are the epiphytes in which leaf base shows the depression to store the water and nutrition in it, which helps for the plant growth. Example, nudularium. Tank epiphytes means here the leaf base shows the depression for the storage of water and nutrition in it, which helps for the plant growth. Example, nudularium. Pictorial shows the types of epiphytes. One is the peperomia, which is an example for protoepiphytes. Ficus bengalensis, an example for hemiepiphytes. Dendrobium is an example for the nest epiphytes. Nudularium is an example for the another example for the tank epiphytes. Let us move towards the plant adaptations. Here the epiphytes exhibit certain adaptation to survive in the aerial condition, that is morphological adaptation, anatomical adaptation and physiological adaptation. Let us go in detail. Morphological adaptation. The first one is the root. Epiphytes consist of three types of roots in it, that is absorbing roots, clinging roots, aerial roots. Absorbing roots. Its function is absorption of nourishment, nutrients, minerals, water from the host plant. Clinging roots. These are the roots which helps for the attachment to the host plant. Aerial root. These are green, fleshy, hanging roots which are rich with chloroplast, therefore helps in photosynthesis. These roots consist of the velamen tissue in it which helps to absorb the moisture from the surrounding. This is the very important root called as the aerial root, which is the special root present in case of the epiphytes. These are also called as the hanging roots, which are rich with the chloroplast, hence they are involved in photosynthesis. They are comprises of velamen tissue in it which absorbs the moisture from the surrounding environment. This is the pictorial, shows the three types of roots. One is the absorbing roots, clinging roots, and another one is the hanging root or the our aerial root, which comprises of the velamen tissue in it which helps to absorb the moisture from the surrounding, and the absorbing roots helps to absorb the nutrients, minerals from water from the host plant. Clinging roots helps in attachment. Let us move towards the stem. Stem is highly reduced in condition. In case of the orchid, succulent stem is present. In case of the bulbophyllum, stem is modified into solen structure called as the pseudobulbous or tuberous due to the storage of water in it. Stem is highly reduced in case of the epiphytes. In case of the orchids, the stem shows the succulent condition. In case of the bulbophyllum, it shows the solan condition called as the pseudobulbous or tuberous in condition, which helps to store the water in it. Let us move towards the leaf. In case of vanilla, leaves are succulent in condition. In case of Discoidea, leaves are modified into pitcher-like structure. In case of Thelandaceae, leaves are base appears a gutter-like structure. In case of Vanda, leaves are thick and leathery. In the fern, leaves are modified into basket-like structure. Dendrobium leaves are highly reduced in condition. Leaf, in case of the epiphytes, there are so many modifications are seen. Vanilla exhibits succulent leaf. Discoidea, here the leaf is modified into pitcher-like structure. In Thelandaceae, leaf base appears gutter-like structure. In case of Vanda, thick and leathery leaves are present. In the ferns, the leaves are modified into baskets. Dendrobium, the leaves are highly reduced. These are the pictorial shows the leaf modification. The first pictorial shows vanilla leaves. Second one is the Discoidea. Third one is the Thelandaceae. And the fourth one is the Vanda. Let us move towards the anatomical adaptation. In case of the epiphytes, thick cuticle is present and exhibiting the sunken stomata. Mesophyll is prominented with the palisade parenchyma. The vascular tissues are well developed, and the special tissue present in case of epiphyte is the velamen tissue, which helps in the absorption of moisture from the environment. The anatomical adaptations exhibited by the epiphytes is presence of thick cuticles, sunken stomata. Mesophyll is having prominented with palisade parenchyma. Vascular tissues are well developed. Velamen tissues are present, which helps in absorption of moisture from the surrounding environment. This is the pictorial shows the orchid anatomy of the root, where you can observe the velamen tissues, the special elongated cells which helps in absorbs the moisture from the surrounding environment. Let us move towards the physiological adaptation. In case of epiphytes, leaves are exhibit the modifications like the pitcher modification, basket-like modification, gutter-like modification for the purpose of storage of water in it. It also exhibit the xerophytic characters like the presence of thick cuticles, sunken stomata, etc. These are the physiological adaptations carried out by the epiphytes to survive in that condition. Reproduction. Here the reproduction takes place through the flower formation. These flowers are highly attractive, hence resulted in the insect pollination. We all know that the beautiful flowers are the orchids. Orchids are also an example for the epiphytes. So here the reproduction takes place by the formation of the flower, and because of their beautiful attractive flowers, here the pollination takes place through the insect pollination. Thank you.